everyone. Welcome to JobTread Connect. This is the Rosenberg Group. I am Steve Rosenberg. I'm here with Mr. Dan Bennett, Chris Tighe. We are here at JobTread Connect learning, getting to meet people. Chris and Dan are both part of the Rosenberg Group coaching program, but we're all here to learn how JobTread basically is changing the way you do business. Dan, this is something new to you, correct?
JobTread is new to me.
But this industry is not.
Not even close.
How long have you been in the industry for?
Since I graduated from high school, 1987. I'm a carpenter by trade, so I've been doing it my whole life. I started in business the first time in 2004, and DBC Solutions started in 2018, so a long time.
Got it. And you were using another software, JobTread, and you're migrating over?
Correct. Yeah, I was with JobTread for a long time. I actually started with Co-Construct, and then I switched over to JobTread, and Co-Construct got bought out by JobTread, the whole 9 yards. So I met Eric Fortenberry, the owner of JobTread, in 2021, and they've been trying to get me ever since, but just a few months ago we finally made the switch.
Nice. And Chris, you're thinking of flipping over as well, is that right?
Yeah, I would have switched over already, but I'm already under contract with JobTread for another couple of months. But in April, I'm making the switch over. I'm excited to be a part of the community because you got the software that's constantly improving it, but at the same time, there's a community involved, right? So this is pretty amazing, and Eric's a great guy.
Eric is a good guy, I gotta say. I'm very impressed by how personable he is, and the fact that he cares about the product and the experience that the customer has.
And he listens to us too.
And he listens.
Because he and I were having a conversation like, hey, here's my priorities, and he looked at their development and he goes, okay, I'm going to escalate the one that we were just talking about. So he listens to us, and that's how he makes his product better.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Like I said, I met Eric in 2021. It was Eric, Riley Fisher, his top sales guy, and Anna Hunter. And it was just the three of them. They had 200 users at the time. And like I said, I didn't switch at that time because JobTread had more to offer at that time.
Yeah.
But I was getting a call or an email from Riley every 6 months, like, all right, when's it time? I'd set up a demo with him. We'd go through it. He'd get mad at me because I wouldn't switch still. But we did that for a while, and then, like I said, I saw him at Mach 5. I saw him speak at your event, Mach 5, and what a great speech.
Yeah.
So he got off the stage, and I said, all right, that's it, Eric. It's time. Let's do it. Yeah.
Nice. So you're here at JobTread. Is this the first time you've been to JobTread Connect?
It is, yeah.
What's your main takeaway? If they said, if you could sum this up in one word, one sentence, what you've experienced so far, what is that?
This event is absolutely stellar. I've been to a ton of events over the years, and this is hands down the best event. First class. They take care of you here for sure. All the food, everything. It's inclusive. If you're staying in this hotel, you technically don't need to leave. Everything is here for you.
Yeah. Is anything here surprising you? Because you've been to a lot of them. Mm-hmm. And, listen, at some point it becomes pretty routine. Mm-hmm. Is there anything here that you're like, wow, I did not see that coming?
Well, the after hours thing last night, that was amazing, right? Like, nobody does that.
Right.
I mean, these guys it was probably 10 full-size buses outside lined up taking people from here to the event and back. Yeah. And then when you got to the event, it was inclusive. Everything was included, the food, the drinks, no charge for any of it. I've never, ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah. Chris, what's your take on this?
Well, I've been spending a lot of time at the booth, but I think the real gold is in the conversations you have in between the sessions. When you get to meet other contractors and you start talking about your problems, they have a big area downstairs where you have lunch and breakfast, and you get to know other people and kind of the challenges that they have. Like, oh, I'm not alone. We're all in the trenches, fighting the same fight, helping each other out. They're all good people here. They're people who are investing in not just the product, but in themselves as business owners and contractors, right? So we're all like-minded people in the same arena here, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. You are getting into the virtual assistant arena of using them in your company. How many do you have now?
Just one.
Just one.
Yep.
Okay. Chris, you are a veteran in the virtual assistant arena.
Yep.
What are you seeing? Are you seeing a VA helping you with this, or what are you thinking as far as JobTread with a virtual assistant?
Yeah, well, I mean, Argentina's immersed in JobTread with me, and
Right.
you know, I hired her just before we switched
Right.
to JobTread, so she's been in it from the beginning, yeah, absolutely, it's important for all of us to be in there and using it. So.
Any mistakes of anything that you think that you've done over the years that you would say, I probably shouldn't have done that? Like if someone's watching this and they're going down your path, 50-something years you've been doing this, what would you say, man, if you're talking to the Dan that's starting out?
Ask better questions. I didn't know for years, right? Like I would have never thought to talk to my peers. It just felt like you didn't do that, right? Like I remember there was a couple times like I would like way anonymously call another builder and ask him questions, and I was scared. I was like, this guy's gonna catch me.
He's not gonna talk to me.
Right.
Like, yeah.
I learned, probably about 5 years ago when I first got my first business coach. I'm like, wait, I'm like getting involved in communities like this. I'm like, everybody's here to help, man.
Yeah.
There's no secrets. Let's all work together and get better together.
Were you gonna say something?
Oh, no.
I thought you were going to say something. So let's talk about community, right? You're in our coaching community. You've been in others through the years. What's your take on how important is that to you?
It's important. Very important. Yeah. Having the community is where it's at, right? Being able to lean on people like Chris, right?
Yeah.
Like what Chris does with your VAs and how it's all virtual and everything. That's amazing, right? It's like it's hard for me to even understand how you pull that off, right? Like I said, I'm a carpenter. I've been doing this my whole life. I'm like, wow, it's amazing. So it's inspiring to me, and yeah, absolutely. Just anybody, Bob, Bubba, being able to lean on these guys, and anybody in our group. I know that if I pick up the phone and call one of them, text one of them, they're gonna be there to help me anytime. Like I'll be there to help them as well.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, some of the best support that I've gotten through, doing business, you're always going to run into problems, It's not easy. Probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I've done a lot of hard things in my life, but with the community, the people who've really given me the support and the encouragement that I needed to get out of my funk are the people in the group.
Yeah.
Because they've gone through it too.
Yeah,
right?
they walk that walk.
Yeah, and they're on the other side. I'm like, okay, cool. They help me navigate through tough times, and it's just, you can't put a price tag on that.
Yeah, and I think that, when somebody doesn't have, we'll say the lack of a better term, a hand in your pocket, and they really want to help you, and it has nothing to do with how you're helping them. It's like, I look at it as when you own a business and you're talking to the employees and you're telling them what the business needs. Most of the time, a lot of business owners never actually ask, what do you need as a employee of the team? What do you want out of life? Yeah. And I think, the community concept should, in theory, flow down into your company to create a community in your company.
Yeah.
And it's to some people, it's like, boom, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's not where they came from. That wasn't their history. That wasn't how they were brought up.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, it's like it just keeps flowing. There should not be those barriers of like, don't talk to me or don't text me or I've never understood that philosophy of business.
Yeah. That's why I bring Argentina to all the class. She's every day, 10:30 to 11:30. She's on the DSA call. She's on the weekly coaching call.
Yeah.
She's on Bob's Live every morning because I want her to know that that's there for her. And she's getting more and more used to it. But like in the very beginning, I would say to her a couple of times after the call was over, I'd be like, "You're not participating. Make sure you participate." Oh, and she was like, "Well, that's not for me. That's for you guys. Like you're the boss. I'm just here to help you." I'm like, no. It's for you too, and you'll see once you start talking to those people that they're there to help you as well.
And I think to your point, when it comes to listening to what people say, you had asked about could we do something for the virtual assistants, so we came up with VA Friday.
Right.
And it's our team, Daniela, who's in charge of all that. She's talking to the virtual assistants of all the employees. Yeah. So again, it's listening, like Eric, listening to what people say and going, you know what? it's actually a good idea. We should do that. It's adding value.
Right.
And again, there's no monetary gain. There's not, but it's being true to who you are, I think. And hopefully that takes another step that actually goes to your customers, and you're giving more to the customers and you're adding value. Have you noticed your virtual assistant, your remote team member, Argentine, have you noticed a change in her since she's hired and doing these things and being involved and immersed in this?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. It's only been 4 months, something like that. I've seen a big change in her for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
From when she first started to where we're at now, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. Before we, as we kind of wrap up here, what would you want people to know about you, who you are, what you do, and what you want?
Wow, that's a good question. It's a tough question.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Thanks, appreciate that. What would I want people to know about me?
Business, personal. Who's Dan?
Dan, that's a crazy question, man. I wish I had some.
You wanted something prolific, and there's nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I going to say here? All right, here you go. All right, took me a second. But for me, I want the next generation to know that they can achieve whatever they want. There was nobody there for me when I was younger. Nobody ever taught me taught me anything.
Right.
Quite frankly, there was no examples of success in my family.
Right.
I've always been driven my whole life to do better for myself and succeed. And I don't personally have any kids, but I have 4 nephews and a niece and 3 younger brothers, and I just want them to see that they can. And
right.
if they just put their mind to it, they can do whatever they want to do. That's important.
That's great.
That's awesome.
You're like the person in the family that's kind of changing the down.
You're the one.
Yeah, you're the one. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
One final question.
Okay.
If you could have a beer, coffee, whiskey, whatever it is, with someone dead or alive, who would you like to sit down and just have a conversation with about anything in life?
Wow, another tough question, Steve. Wow. Got these tough questions.
I know.
They just take a minute to think about, right? Gosh.
Could be a rock star.
Rock star.
Could be a religious person.
I'm gonna go with rock star.
Okay.
My favorite band is Fish.
Okay.
And I've thought about this many times. I would love to sit down with Trey, the front man from Fish, and just have a conversation with him. Yeah, absolutely.
I used to, when someone asked me that, I thought of Tom Petty.
Okay.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just think he lived an interesting life. I've read some stuff about him.
Yeah.
And I just thought I'd like to sit down and have a beer with him.
Yeah, nice.
And just have a conversation about life in general. What he saw, because he saw a transformation of music from the times of what he was playing to where he went. And I don't know why. That's just what came to mind.
Yeah.
You know?
It's interesting because Jerry Garcia, the front man of the Grateful Dead, right? Obviously no longer with us for a long time now, but he felt the weight. Like, he had this whole community of people that followed them around, and the crew that made what they did possible.
It's like they were traveling.
Yeah,
they never stopped.
There was hundreds, if not thousands, of people that supported that to make it work, and he felt a huge weight on his shoulders, and that's why he had issues with drugs and alcohol his whole life, because that's what he felt. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'd like to talk to Trey and see how that translates. You know,
another person, and this isn't not what he did, but I would like to understand his thought process of how he swayed a whole civilization and nation, is Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Because he was able to take a whole society and get them to think a certain way. I mean, think about that. I mean, again, it wasn't for a good reason.
Yeah.
Right.
But what was he thinking? How did he do that?
Right.
To get people to, they were very smart people, very intelligent.
Yeah.
They weren't all crazy. So I'm just curious, like, how does that work? How does someone do that and do it for good?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It's unfortunate that he didn't do it for good.
It's unfortunate that he did it for bad, but again, and we see it in times right now in politics. There's very polarizing, and we may think he's doing something good, and other people think he's the worst thing. But it's not for me to decide what people think. I'm just curious, what causes someone to be able to possess that skill set, right? Because it's very rare,
right?
Yeah. Chris, what about you? Who would you like?
Abraham Lincoln.
Really?
Nice.
Why?
Well, he made some decisions that were very popular for some people in the country.
Yeah.
The country split, and I want to know his thought process and the mental challenges and the thought life that he had when he was staying true to the mission, yet it was so difficult.
Didn't deviate.
Yeah. And he could have lost, right?
Sure.
But he was true to what he felt was right.
Right.
And I just want to know, the honest thought life that he had and how he had to fight those negative thoughts and the self-doubt throughout that whole process.
I love that. I love that. Cool.
Nice.
All right, guys. Thanks for being on. Appreciate it. Dan, I hope you get the most you can out of JobTread Connect. We're here. Chris is here helping us out. We're all doing this, just trying to be better. So, guys, thanks for watching today. JobTread Connect live on scene with Dan Bennett, Chris Tighe. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.